How to invest in renewable energy. eToro Renewable Energy Smart Portfolio. The global economy is rapidly working on switching power sources. Due to climate change concerns, the world is moving away from carbon-based fossil fuels to cleaner alternative energy sources. The decarbonization of the global economy will take an estimated investment of more than $100 trillion over the next 3 decades. Renewable energy will play a crucial role in this energy transition. For this reason, eToro has created the Renewable Energy Smart Portfolio to offer investors the opportunity to be a part of the growth of this industry. Why invest in the eToro Renewable Energy Smart Portfolio? Renewable energy sources, such as wind, solar, and hydroelectric, currently supply about a quarter of the electricity generated by the power sector. The industry has been growing briskly, increasing its electricity generating capacity at a roughly 8% annual rate over the past decade. However, given increasing climate change concerns, the pace has quickened in recent years. It needs to accelerate further to help decarbonize the economy. Climate change is forcing companies and other institutions to focus on how they can do their part to decarbonize. Many companies are signing power purchase agreements with electric utilities and other electricity generators to specifically buy power produced from renewable sources. Meanwhile, others are investing directly in renewable energy development projects. While many are doing this to become more socially responsible global citizens, renewable energy is increasingly economical due to falling costs for solar panels, wind turbines, and batteries for energy storage. That's making the sector a more attractive investment opportunity. Governments are also working to accelerate global decarbonization by proposing and passing legislation that would increase investment in the sector. In August 2021, the U.S. Senate passed a $1.2 trillion infrastructure package that includes funding to accelerate clean energy investments. Many view it as only a down payment on the spending needed to decarbonize the economy, suggesting that future legislation could further boost the country's investment level. eToro's Renewable Energy Smart Portfolio aggregates leading companies focusing on solar energy, wind, waste, recycling, electrical infrastructure, battery charging, and clean transportation. The portfolio includes businesses that supply electricity through clean energy plants, as well as companies that develop and sell technologies for this industry, such as inverters for solar panels, wind turbines, and hydrogen fueling stations. The process of selecting assets for the portfolio is as follows. First, the universe of stocks available on eToro is scanned for companies that fit the renewable energy landscape. Then each stock undergoes a screening process based on a series of metrics, such as market capitalization, liquidity of the shares, financial ratios, and analysts' consensus ratings. The metrics form the basis for the stock's ranking, and finally, the top-ranked stocks are included in the portfolio and weighted accordingly. Let's review some of the stocks in the portfolio. Gevo is a next-generation, low-carbon fuel company focused on the development and commercialization of renewable alternatives to petroleum-based products. Gevo is focused on the development and production of mainstream fuels like gasoline and jet fuel using renewable feedstocks that have the potential to lower greenhouse gas emissions at a meaningful scale and enhance agricultural production, including food and other related products. In addition to serving the low-carbon fuel markets, through Gevo's technology, Gevo can also serve markets for the production of chemical intermediate products for solvents, plastics, and building block chemicals. Gevo's just signed take-or-pay agreement with Delta Air Lines to supply 75 million gallons of sustainable aviation fuel per year for 7 years. Gevo estimates that the agreement should generate about $2.8 billion of revenue, inclusive of the value from environmental benefits. NextEra Energy is the world's largest producer of wind and solar energy. It generates this power at its utilities in Florida and its energy resources segment, which sells power under PPA to other utilities and end users. NextEra has an excellent track record of creating shareholder value. It has produced a roughly 700% total return over the past decade. Powering the energy company's strong returns has been its above-average growth. NextEra has expanded its adjusted earnings per share at an 8.7% compound annual rate since 2005 while boosting its dividend at a 9.6% annual rate during that period. The company sees 6% to 8% annual earnings growth through at least 2023, powered by continued investments in renewable energy. First Solar develops and manufactures thin-film solar panels. This type of panel, which is larger than others, generates more usable energy than competing technologies. That makes it ideal for utility-scale solar energy projects. The solar panel maker has done a decent job creating value for its shareholders, generating a roughly 9.5% total annualized returns since its initial public offering. As one of the world's leading solar panel makers, the company is in an excellent position to create even more shareholder value as demand for solar panels accelerates. Capacity is on track to double by 2025 from 2020's level. First, solar complements that with one of the best balance sheets in the sector. It had about $1.5 billion in net cash in 2021, giving it ample financial flexibility to continue expanding. Clearway Energy is one of the largest owners of renewable energy in the U.S. It complements its wind and solar energy portfolio with highly efficient natural gas power facilities and district energy assets. Clearway also sells its power via PPAs that generate steady cash flow for the company. Clearway has done a solid job of creating shareholder value over the years, delivering annual total returns approaching 10% since its inception. Of note, its total annualized returns have more than doubled since private equity giant Global Infrastructure Partners took control of the company in 2018. That relationship provides it with a steady stream of investment opportunities. Powering those accelerated returns has been Clearway's ability to expand its portfolio, cash flow, and dividend. The company expects all three to keep rising. It's targeting 5% to 8% annual dividend growth in the coming years while maintaining a solid financial profile. Solar Edge Technologies develops and manufactures an optimized inverter system. This component maximizes the power produced by solar panels, helping to lower the cost of energy generated by the system. Solar Edge has been a phenomenal value creator throughout its history. The solar company has delivered a nearly 50% annualized total return since its IPO. Powering that growth is its rapid ascent to become the market leader in making solar inverters in 2020, up from the 10th largest supplier in 2014. Like First Solar, Solar Edge Technologies should benefit from the accelerating growth of solar energy worldwide. One forecast has solar power growing from 11% of the world's installed power capacity in 2019 to 38% by 2050. That increasing market share should enable Solar Edge to continue expanding its revenue and earnings at robust rates for years to come. It also has a top-notch balance sheet to help finance its growth, with more than $500 million in net cash in 2021. Okay, that's all from me. Over to you, Enda. Before I go, remember to like and subscribe, and if you are new to eToro, please use Enda's partner link in the description to sign up for free.
Thanks, AI Assistant. Okay, guys, the renewable energy smart portfolio is one of my favorite on eToro, and if you're going by the wisdom of the crowd, other people think the same. It's the second most popular. Most people invested on eToro with 9,506 investors, only second to the crypto portfolio. Now, let's look at the stats here, guys. You can see here this year we're down minus 13.5, but don't worry, there was a massive correction in the market. And as I said, there's great potential in this portfolio because everyone's talking about the renewable energy, carbon emissions. Young people are thinking about their future in the world and how it's going to affect them. So it's going to be really important for the future. And now, actually. Okay, you can see last year we were just nearly even at 0.85. 2020 was 71% gain, which was massive. 2019 was 21.92. And eToro had just started this smart portfolio in 2018. You can see the star between it at the asterisk there, and that means that these are back-tested results. So not too bad returns, a good time to invest with that drop in the market. If you're going anything about Warren Buffett, there's a massive correction. He's after doing a massive investment in Citigroup there recently. Now, looking at the risk score, we have a medium risk score with 5 to 6, and an average risk score of 5, max risk score of 6. Remember, the higher the number to 0 to 10 means the higher up here is like 10 is the riskiest, with 1 or 0 being the least riskiest, but I don't even think it goes to 0. Okay, but look at here, guys, it goes 6 to 6. here. So with that correction of the last few months, it even went up to 7 there. So going by eToro stats there, it is a medium risk going up to high risk in the last few months. Now there's 9,506 investors, nearly 10,000 investors, and there's at least 5 million under management, and that could be a lot higher than that. Okay, so looking at the max drawdown, this is how much it has dropped in one day. The most it's dropped is 5.67 in 1 week, 8.77, and then yearly minus 30.16, which is quite high. But as I said, it's an emerging market, a developing market. Okay, guys, now let's look just through the portfolio here. I know we went through some of the best stocks in the portfolio earlier on in the video, but looking here, you have Con Edison, and they supply electricity to Westchester and New York City area. You've Plug Power here, and they create hydrogen fuel cell batteries for Amazon and other companies. And then you have some Chinese companies here too. You have Chinese Everbright, and if you want to research these companies, all you do is click in here and you can read about them here. It was established in 1983 in Hong Kong, and it is focused on construction, environmental energy projects, and operates business across domestic and international markets. And you can come in here, you can look at the news tab, but I would recommend you search YouTube, you watch videos, what other people are saying, look at the news feed, look at the financials, etc. Okay, guys, you can go through all of these in your own time. A great diversification of stocks. Some of the stocks here are included in the Battery Tech Smart Portfolio that I reviewed recently. And if you look up here, all you have to do to invest is click on this button here. Now, I already invested earlier on, so it's in my portfolio here. You can see here the renewable energy, but let's just close this investment. To invest in a renewable energy smart portfolio, if you're not a part of eToro yet, please use my affiliate link in the description. It supports my work for free, and I would be very appreciative if you would do that. So you just click on invest, and the minimum deposit is 500. Okay, you click on that, and then you can edit your stop loss. So this means how much you want to risk. So if the portfolio dropped by 250 or 50%, it would stop all the investments and would sell off all the stocks in the portfolio. Just click invest. And then if you wanted to add funds at any time, maybe you want to do dollar cost average over a monthly basis, come to your portfolio and it'll show that you've invested 750 there. And the stop loss and everything will update automatically to 50%. And there you can see I started buying these stocks that are in China because the market's open at 6:30 a.m. in Ireland here at the moment. So I'm up early doing this video. And you can see here these other stocks here that are on the NASDAQ, etc. They won't be opened until the stock market opens later on in the morning or in the afternoon in Irish time. Okay, that's all you have to do. And then what you can do, you can even pause the investment. That means if eToro changes the stocks, it won't affect you. You can edit the stop loss. You can close the investment. And remember, you can't close the individual stocks. You have to close everything. And that's how easy it is. eToro does the rest. You can just leave it and let them manage it and check it whatever you want. And that's why the copy trading and copy portfolios or smart portfolios are so popular with eToro. People that don't have time, you don't have the time to research stocks because it does take a lot of time out of your day or schedule. Okay, guys, that's everything I have for today. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon on the next video. Peace and love. Have a great day. Bye.